big news since we last spoke was Paul Goldschmidt signing back on a 1-year deal with the Yankees. He is back at camp. He basically said in one of his in his opening, I don't even want to call it an opening press conference, but what he said to the media was it's an amazing organization, amazing guys in that clubhouse. I can't say enough great things. The goal here is to win a championship. That's what we want to do. And so Goldie's back. I think it's
Hmm.
Boone also alluded to the fact that with Paul Goldschmidt coming back, that Ben Rice has earned the next step. So that means he still sees Paul Goldschmidt playing a significant role, but I do think that we're going, and we sort of saw it towards the tail end of the year that Ben Rice got a lot more playing time and was
Hmm.
more of a focal point. But they did need the right-handed bat, and Paul Goldschmidt, we remember to start the year, was excellent for this Yankees team, and he's been
Yep.
familiar. So I am very okay with the Paul Goldschmidt signing, bringing him back in. He's a veteran. If he gives you any area of what he did or any semblance of what he did from his 2025 campaign, and he was a pretty solid contributor, and I will take that in this lineup. I just thought my first reaction was very just laughing that they are
It
running it
was kind
back.
of funny. Like now
It
you're
was
totally
funny.
running it
You're
back.
totally running it back, but I do think
It's going to be in a much lesser role, though,
I
obviously.
think yes, it's going to be Ben Rice is now going to be the star of that first base position. Other than if we'll see what they do at catcher, we saw J.C. Escara get invited back. We see Austin
Hmm.
Wells. I don't know how they're going to mix that out. Maybe a right-handed catcher comes in and wins the job, and then maybe that puts Ben Rice more of a full-time first baseman, and then here platoon in Paul Goldschmidt where you can have him. I takeaway for me is that I think it's a good thing for them to bring back Paul Goldschmidt. I'm not going to put any sort of huge expectations on it, but I think he's a veteran in that locker room, and I think that he worked out really well with that team last year. And it's funny that it's running it back, but I think it's a sound move for them to make.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, specifically, the Yankees did need another right-handed bat on the bench, and I am cool with the bench of Rosario and Goldie. Like we've had a lot of young dudes on the bench for a while. Yorpit Vivas, um, Oswald Peraza, Oswald Cabrera, like the DJ, a hurt DJ LeMahieu. That is what the Yankees have been picking from off their bench essentially the last 3 years. Throwing a backup catcher in there. Um, I'm excited to honestly go into the season with like actual applicable weapons on the bench that Boone can hopefully deploy appropriately.
Yeah, I agree. I
So
agree.
I was
And
cool with I was very cool with Gold
I mean,
coming
he was.
back.
I mean, if we go into the Paul Goldschmidt numbers, let me pull them up really quick for 2025. Uh, he took a
It's just
dip around the summertime,
the
as
second
as
half was not good.
as
Yeah.
a lot of players will do. I mean, it was sort of a reversal of what we saw from him in his last year with St. Louis. I'm just gonna pull up the 2025. It's gonna. I hate. Did you see also, by the way, the new? I don't like MLB's like the MLB site's new stat page. I don't know if you saw that.
I'm
That they
basically only on baseball reference when I'm going to stats. I feel like why do they change it up?
Well, the main page they're trying to switch it, and everyone I remember they did it like over right before the playoffs, and everyone's saying, "Why are you changing something that's so good?" But okay, so it's 2025 numbers: 10 home runs, 45 RBIs, a 274 average, 403 slug, a 731 OPS, and for a portion of time he was leading the team in batting average. Tyler, I think if we
Hmm.
recall, and then Judge, of course, took over for what he does, but. It was sort of a flip flop from what he did with St. Louis. I mean, the year prior, he finished 2024 with the Cardinals with 22 home runs, 65 RBIs, a 716 OPS. So a little bit more production with the homers and also an extra 20 RBIs. But we know that in this situation, Ben Rice is going to make the step up, and then Paul Goldschmidt is going to be I guess you can call him just a platoon bat. He's going to be a
Hmm.
platoon guy. He's going to be a bat off the bench. And for a potential Hall of Famer, that is not a bad thing to have. And
Yeah.
it's not, his numbers last year were very respectable, especially when you look at him in comparison to some of the other bats that were on the market. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not like he was far off from that. So,
No, and I think too, like, he's going to be a platoon to some sense. I still think they're going to give Ben Rice like the chance against some lefties. I think maybe in like, against a tough lefty like a Crochet or, really high end lefty, they'll throw Goldie in there to give Rice a day. But yeah, man, I mean, Goldie said it too, or I don't know if he said it or it came out, but he could have gotten more than $4 million somewhere else, and he probably could have gotten guaranteed playing time if he went somewhere else.
Mhm.
You think the Pirates were, someone like the Angels wouldn't throw a little bit of money to get Paul Goldschmidt on their team to play every day to sell a couple
He
more
didn't want to
tickets?
go play for
Yeah.
the Pirates.
This is a classic Yankee move where they love it, Rob. They go, "Oh my God, you want to take less and be a Yankee? We'll do anything." So this like, talking about tickling pickles, this absolutely tickled the Yankees. And it's good to have Goldie back. So I think it'll be a little less than a strict platoon.
Hmm.
Um, I think this was almost like a clubhouse move and
Hmm.
like a little bit more of insurance for Giancarlo Stanton, who will inevitably miss 50 to 60 games, and Ben Rice. So I think they almost hit three nails on the head here.
Hmm.
Right-handed bat off the bench, insurance for Ben Rice, insurance for Giancarlo Stanton.